Thank you everyone for taking the time to tune in today. Today's episode of The Topping Show is proudly sponsored by Topping Technologies. Topping Technologies is an IT value-added reseller and services company with a special proficiency in IT security. Heck, I see their founder at least twice a day. Gotta say he's quite handsome and brilliant. He's me, you see, that's the joke. If you're an IT leader or business owner, you can reach out to the team at sales@toppingtechnologies.com. Also, trying to get to 4,000 subscribers by the end of the month. So if you can click that button and tell your friends, I would greatly appreciate it. Now, going over to the business part of the podcast, you have Olive Garden. Well, their sales are disappointing, to say the least. This comes to us thanks to CNBC, specifically Amelia Lucas, who is a writer over there, in which they say, which again, Darden is the parent company behind many of the brands people know and some people love, in which she says, quote, Darden restaurants' earnings disappoint as Olive Garden fine dining and those sales in the category continue to struggle, partially because, yeah, they cost way too much and unprecedented economic and political hard times these days and uncertainty in the markets. Now, they say, quote, Darden Restaurants' earnings and revenue missed Wall Street estimates in its first fiscal quarter. CEO Rick Cardenas said the company fell short of its own expectations for the quarter. They also know that Olive Garden parent company, Darden, purchased Tex-Mex chain Chuy's in July, which Chuy's, headquartered debatably in Texas. They're over in Austin, Texas. They're a pretty popular chain around here. You see them, can't really throw a brick without hitting one of those locations. They're their last, most recent acquisition within the Darden portfolio. Now, they also say, quote, fell short of expectations. Specifically, the shares of the company, well, there was a little bit, but they say, quote, CEO Rick Cardenas, we fell short of our expectations the first quarter. I firmly believe in our strength in our business. I'm confident in the actions all of our brands are taking to address their guests' needs and do not compromise long-term health for our business for short-term benefits, unquote. Which, hopefully, we'll see. Then they noted that net sales rose 1% to 2.76 billion, but the company's same store sales declined 1.1% in the quarter. Traffic to its restaurants fell sharply in July, but then improved, according to CFO Raj. Executives at other restaurant companies have also said that the traffic struggled this summer, chalking up to increased travel or diners growing more, customers becoming more cautious. They know that Olive Garden's same store sales shrank 2.9% in the quarter. The chain is reviving its never-ending pasta bowl later this month in hopes of bringing back customers. They also know that it's running a promotion about a month earlier to extend it for 3 weeks longer than last year. So, interesting. Let's see if they're able to make some changes. But, looks like. I also know that Darden's fine dining segment, which includes Eddie V's, the Capital Grille, reported same-store sales declined 6%, which, yeah, no one needs those. Those are pretty high dining. The Capital Grille is pretty good, don't get me wrong. I go there very infrequently, only if I have a customer with me from my tech company. I mean, in terms of just going there, randomly on my own or some friends, it's good quality food, but it just, to me, not worth the value if you're just going on your own dime, so to say. It's not a business expense. Unfortunately, past couple of years, they changed the business tax deduction or tax code, so you can only tax deduct 50% the cost of the meal. Ridiculous, but hopefully get some new leadership in the office and change that back to the default to 100%. But I partially digress. I say this Darden still thinks their overall portfolio will do good, and eventually long term the brand will continue to grow and do better. But yeah, it's one of those things where fast food is completely, that's really drying up in terms of, fast food is no longer fast, cheap, or convenient. It's kind of lost the whole value add, unfortunately, due to myriad of things, including inflation, as well as the just overall, exponential increase of regulation and minimum wage laws, all that kind of stuff. Now, when it comes to Olive Garden, I think the last decade I've been to Olive Garden personally in terms of my anecdotal experience. I know people went crazy for the breadsticks for decades, but I know some people, kind of moved away from carbs. That was a big trend for a while, going with keto for a while. And I think, was it 13 years ago? I remember the last time I went to the Olive Garden, which perhaps is sacrilege. I'm pretty sure I got salmon or attempted to. It just wasn't all that appealing. I think it was just ridiculously soaked in fatty oils. I should probably specify again, there's healthy oils in fish, of course, but there's also it just doesn't it really didn't leave an appealing taste in my mouth. And for the life of me, granted, I'm guessing I'm not their core audience or the core prospective client, but I can't think of a compelling reason why I personally would ever go to an Olive Garden, conceivably ever. Personally, it's in the Darden portfolio. I prefer something like Seasons 52, which that cost is probably 20-30% more. Again, granted, I only go there for business purposes, but still, in the whole Darden portfolio, I mean, I wanted something a little bit faster, a little bit more economical than something like a Seasons 52 or a Capital Grill. Yeah. Dude, I mean, Applebee's and Chili's still technically exist. Red Lobster is coming out, emerging from bankruptcy successfully. I would probably go to those before the Olive Garden, but I don't know. Let me know in the comments. Those time we actually went to an Olive Garden. Do you think they still have a compelling, meal experience and good menu? Let me know in the comments, because as always, it'd be fascinating to hear what you have to say. Thank you everyone for taking the time to tune in. Again, trying to get to 4,000 subscribers by the end of the month. So if you can click that button, I greatly appreciate it. Also, give me a thumbs up, thumbs down, or comment. It's a great way to give me some additional feedback, letting me know how to make the show better and better. Lastly, don't forget to take the time to tell your family, tell your friends, tell your coworkers, heck, tell your enemies, tell anyone and everyone. Just stay safe, fight the good fight.